Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Rock River Valley High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Rockford Register-Star.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today. The records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Nia Karras of Boylan Catholic High School.
Boylan Catholic's Nia Karras was the NIC 10 MVP for the 3rd time in her career after completing an undefeated season. The senior won both of her events at the conference meet and was the only local swimmer to make the Illinois Swim and Dive Association's end of the season state rankings in any event, ranking 4th in both the 50 and the 100-yard freestyle events.
Congratulations, Nia. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Camden Taylor of East High School.
Camden Taylor continued to write his story in his sophomore campaign. He won all 4 of his events in the season-ending NIC 10 swim meet. 3 of those records had stood for at least 19 years. The 6'7" Taylor, who grew 5 inches from his freshman season, won the 100-yard backstroke, the 200 individual medley, the 100 butterfly, and the 500 freestyle.
Congratulations, Camden.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf. where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Golf of the Year is Ella Greenberg of Boylan Catholic High School.
Boylan sophomore Ella Greenberg earned medalist honors by 3 strokes at the NIC 10 tournament while also leading Boylan to the tournament title. Greenberg then went on to win the Class 1A Byron Regional title by 6 strokes and finished 4th at the Rock Falls Sectional, 2 strokes behind her younger sister Eva.
Congratulations, Ella. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Golf of the Year is Cooper Watt of Boylan Catholic High School.
Boylan sophomore Cooper Watt set high standards for himself in 2020. He called his freshman year not the greatest season, even though he was the number 2 player for a Boylan team that finished 3rd in the state in Class 2A. As a sophomore, Watt won the NIC 10 title by 8 strokes, then finished 6th at the Marengo Regional and 2nd at the Freeport Sectional.
Congratulations, Cooper.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
Do you want a beer?
Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. Here are your honorees for the Female Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Volleyball Player of the Year is Tabitha Tolke.
Tabitha Tolke has signed to play NCAA Division I volleyball with the University of Memphis. She had 223 kills in 32 sets, averaging 7 per set with 175 digs, 19 aces, 13 blocks, 15 assists, and 130 receptions.
Congratulations, Tabitha. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Volleyball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Male Volleyball Player of the Year is
Jake DePaul helped Hononegah go 14-2 and win both NIC 10 and regional titles. Jake and his sister have both signed to play college volleyball for Morningside, where he plans to major in biology and become a geneticist.
Congratulations.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1 claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles. Added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles, 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here. To tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school. Because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning. But anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Tennis Player of the Year is Belen Nievenhoven of Auburn High School.
Auburn senior Belen Nievenhoven is a 4-time NIC 10 champion who never lost a set to a local player. Even with her senior postseason canceled, Nievenhoven is only the second local female to finish second in the state and only the second to earn 2 state medals. She was picked as the greatest local girls tennis player in history by the Rockford Register-Star.
Congratulations, Belen. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Tennis Player of the Year is Finley Buelty of Rockford Christian High School.
Finley Buelty is 14-0 headed into the Class 1A state tennis tournament, including straight sets wins over NIC 10 champion and 1A sectional #1 seed.
Congratulations, Finley.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater Ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days. Cross Country, presented by Northwestern Illinois Building Trades.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Natalia Martino of Winnebago High School.
Winnebago star senior Natalia Martino capped her prep career by winning the sectional championship and leading the Indians to the team title. Martino did not lose a race all season to anyone who was not on her own team. She then took 8th at the 2020 Shazam Cross Country Championships, leading Winnebago to the team title in what was widely considered the mock state meet.
Congratulations, Natalia. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Dr. Tagnoon Beaver of Rockford Christian School.
D'Artagnan Beaver capped off his senior season with high-profile finishes. He took 2nd at the season-ending sectional race, sparking his team to the title. The senior also held off teammate Stephen Thomas for the regional title and placed 3rd at conference meet.
Congratulations, Dr. Tagnoon.
If you're a member of a cheer or dance team, there are literally no rivals standing between you and victory. Your true opponents are timing and gravity. And last time I checked, they were both still undefeated. But I bet they're starting to get a little nervous because if anyone can take them down, it would be our next presenter, the queen of cheer herself, Monica Aldama.
Monica Aldama has built a dynasty out of her insistence on perfection. Since 2000, this storied cheer coach has won 14 NCAA national championships, and she's been highlighted on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, the hit Netflix docuseries Cheer, and her season on Dancing with the Stars.
Hey everyone, it's Monica Aldama taking a moment to cheer for all of you high school cheer and dance teams out there. First though, I want to clear something up about my nickname, the Queen of Cheer. I think it arose from people seeing my passion for these sports and the amazing kids who participate in them. And while I am honored, it is just a nickname. Of course, if it were an official title, then I would decree that cheer and dance be made official sports in every high school across the land. I would decree there is to be a tournament of champions called the Cheer Bowl, where the 2 finest squads battle it out until the end, while the halftime entertainment would consist of a football game. And I would order the smartest minds in the realm to create a uniform for flyers that can instantly turn into bubble wrap the moment a throw goes awry. But, as I said, Queen of Cheer is just an honorary title. Here are your honorees for Cheerleader of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Cheerleader of the Year is Braxton Eubanks of Belvedere North High School.
Braxton Eubanks led Belvedere North to its second straight second-place finish at state this year in an all-virtual cheerleading postseason. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, there was no stunting or pyramids, which were two of the Blue Thunder's strengths. But Eubanks and the Blue Thunder adapted and only lost to Lockport this entire season, even at the season-ending state meet, where they were edged by just over 2 points.
Congratulations, Braxton. And now it's time to recognize some of the best dancers in the area. Here are your honorees for Dancer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Dancer of the Year for Rock River Valley is Taylor Ponto of Rochelle High School.
Taylor Ponto helped lift Rochelle's dance team to a 10th place finish at state after the Hubs were the only area squad to even qualify for the virtual state meet this year. She sparked her team with her all-out effort and her performances, as well as with her positive attitude and her strong leadership skills.
Congratulations, Taylor.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game. Some listen to the same music. Some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
And what about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tri-colored rented shoes and rode the ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes, the Kansas native, has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout-out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest-growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Bowler of the Year is Paige Carpenter of Harlem High School.
After taking 6th at state last year, Paige Carpenter led the NIC 10 with a 213.8 average this regular season. She also earned the NIC 10 MVP award. She rallied to claim the NIBPA Top 16 individual tournament title, needing to come back from 167 pins down before rolling late and winning by more than 100.
Congratulations, Paige. And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Bowler of the Year is Cameron Tyler of Hononegah High School.
Cameron Tyler, the senior, led the conference by knocking down more than 6,300 pins, which equals to a 234 per game average. He also won the individual tournament title and led the Indians to the team crown at the Hononegah Indian Invitational. Tyler also won the postseason NIBPA Top 16 individual tournament for the second year in a row.
Congratulations, Cameron.
And now it's time to honor some athletes who are not only doing great in their sport, but also in the classroom.
The Scholar Athlete of the Year, presented by Rockford Public Schools.
And the winner is
Thomas Tayson upset the NIC 10 champion to win the Class 2A sectional title. He was also co-valedictorian of the area's second largest school. He will study aerospace engineering at the University of Illinois.
Congratulations, great job.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics, the one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are And the Rock River Valley Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Natalia Martina of Winnebago High School.
Natalia Martino won the state title in the hotly contested IHSA Class 1A 1600-meter run. Martino, also a cross-country star for the defending state champs from Winnebago, helped the girls' track and field team close in on a state title of its own, but they fell 1 point shy in the end.
Congratulations, Natalia. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Marquez Gray of East High School.
Marquez Gray qualified for the Class 3A state track and field meet in 3 events for East, that after helping the ERABs climb up to 4th place in the final conference standings. Gray won the 100 and 200-meter dashes and the 800-meter relay at the NIC 10 meet this year as well.
Congratulations, Marquez.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer awards.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19. Soccer, presented by IBEW Local 364, Power Connection.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Soccer Player of the Year is Naomi Jackson of Freeport High School.
Goalie Naomi Jackson, who is headed to the University of Illinois on scholarship next year, did not surrender a single goal until Freeport's 3-1 sectional semifinal victory in their 15th game of the season. Jackson has not only been a backstop on the field, but she's also been a key leader on the Pretzels. Her positive attitude and helpful demeanor has been almost as important to Freeport's powerful run this season as her stellar play.
Congrats, Naomi. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Soccer Player of the Year is Jaden Aguilera of Belvedere North High School.
Belvedere North went 6-3 and tied for second in the NIC 10 this season, powered by 23 goals. Jaden Aguilera accounted for 17 of those himself, with 11 goals and 6 assists. Aguilera's head coach Rick Mateus says that it's his field vision that sets him apart from the rest.
Congratulations, Jaden.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Excuse me?
Hey, how's it going? Can I get you a drink?
No, I'm just up here to order some food.
No, please. I got this round. Hey, can we get a couple drinks down here? Hey, buddy, can we get some drinks? These guys are slammed today. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, what you drinking? Can I buy you a drink?
Guys, seriously? I'm just trying to order some fries.
Hey, man, I'm getting her a drink.
No.
No, I mean, I'm getting her one right now.
Yeah, there you go, man.
Hey, girl, I got you.
Wow, thank you. How did you get these so fast?
I ordered it through Refill.
What's refill?
It's a new fast and easy way to order your food online.
Oh, you can just order it right from the bar.
Yep.
And I bring it to you.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, Laura, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is T.J. Watt.
T.J. Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist. Football, presented by Plumbers and Pipe Fitters.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how do you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Defensive Football Player of the Year is Daniel Contreras of Boylan Catholic High School.
Daniel Contreras is a 3-year starter for a Boylan team that went 25-3 in his 3 seasons. Boylan led the NIC 10 in defense in all 3 of Contreras' seasons. Boylan played only 3 games this year because of COVID reasons, but Contreras led the undefeated Titans in both solo tackles and assisted tackles and was second in tackles for loss.
Congratulations, Daniel.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more on my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career. Football, presented by Plumbers and Pipe Fitters.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. One of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumblerooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Offensive Football Player of the Year is James Cooper Jr. of Harlem High School.
James Cooper Jr. led the state in passing yards to lead Harlem to its first perfect record in the school's 90-year football history. A 4-year starter, Cooper is the league's all-time leader in completions, passing yards, and touchdowns.
Congrats, James.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Here are your honorees for the Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Wrestler of the Year is Markel Baker of Freeport High School.
Markel Baker, who placed third at the IHSA state tournament last year and went 33-3 in the last full season. Baker went 17-0 at 132 pounds this year, and he helped spark Freeport to a perfect 8-0 record and a second straight NIC 10 championship.
Congratulations, Markel.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration that drives us to be better. That in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents. going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there is that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Softball Player of the Year is Cheyenne Neitz of Harlem High School.
Cheyenne Neitz has pitched Harlem into the sectional finals. The Huskies are 24-1, including 21-0 when Neitz pitches. Neitz, a Valparaiso recruit, is 21-0 on the mound with 242 strikeouts in 124 innings. She threw 3 no-hitters. She also led Harlem with 7 home runs.
Congratulations, Cheyenne.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your honorees for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Baseball Player of the Year is Noah Goddard of Hononegah High School.
Noah Goddard has been a starting catcher since his freshman season, leading Hononegah to a 35-1 conference record the last 2 seasons. He batted .507 this year with 3 homers, 12 doubles, and 31 RBI for a team that is 23-2, heading into sectionals after winning a Class 4A regional title.
Congratulations, Noah.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself. Basketball, presented by Project First Rate.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Female Basketball Player of the Year is Meyer Brown of Winnebago High School.
Maya Brown is the first player in Winnebago school history to be named to the Illinois Associated Press All-State Girls Basketball Team. The junior guard averaged 18 points and 8 rebounds as the Indians won the Big Northern title and finished ranked number 3 in the state's final Class 2A poll. She also added 4 steals and 2 assists per game.
Congratulations, Maya. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Male Basketball Player of the Year is Macarius Luster of East High School.
Macarius Biggie Luster led East High to 12 straight wins and the season's NIC 10 championship. The senior guard paced East with 19 points in a win over Harlem to claim the school's second NIC 10 title in 39 years. Luster was named the league's MVP as he averaged 15 points and 6 rebounds per game.
Congratulations, Macarius.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, "Courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow."
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the Rock River Valley is Shamar Lewis of East High School.
Shamar Lewis knew he needed knee surgery, but he also knew he wanted to play football. So he didn't have surgery until 364 days after he tore his ACL, MCL, and his meniscus in a 42-26 loss to Hononegah his junior season. And then they moved his senior season to the spring because of COVID-19. Lewis quickly called his doctor and wound up having total knee reconstruction surgery on September 19, 2020. Lewis helped the E-Rabs win the NIC 10 Division B title this year. "I am very proud of him," East running backs coach Dwayne Milton said. "He's a very determined kid, working hard the whole offseason in order to come back. It just shows how much heart he has and how much love for the game he has in order for him to endure the pain and hold off on surgery so he didn't miss football for his final year." Lewis still plays with a brace, but runs as hard as ever with a hard-charging style that belies his 135 pounds. Shamar, Griffin said, is the prime example that if you work your butt off, you can do it even when the odds are totally against you.
Congratulations, Shamar. Amazing tenacity.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. he's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play. There really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best, but now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the Rock River Valley Team of the Year is Freeport-Aquinnah High School Football Team.
Aquinnah, a private school with only 103 students in its last year of 11-man football before switching to the 8-man version next season, finished 6-0 and tied with NUIC rival Lena Winslow for the #1 ranking in Class 1A in the final Associated Press poll. The Bulldogs had gone 11-1 the year before when most of their stars were juniors, losing only to the eventual state champion. Aquinnah featured 14 first-team all-conference picks, including NUIC North MVP Will Gustafson, the team's senior dual-threat quarterback and defensive back.
Congratulations, guys. Well done. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are and the Rock River Valley Coaches of the Year are Joe and Janet Erb of Winnebago High School.
Joe and Janet Erb had the tough job of managing a large number of strong distance runners this past year, but they found a way to get the most out of their talent at every stop. The couple share the head coaching duties at Winnebago for the boys and girls cross-country teams, as well as for the boys and girls track and field teams. And while the boys were solid in both seasons, the girls were nearly unbeatable. While there was no IHSA state meet in cross-country due to COVID-19 restrictions, defending state champion Winnebago stormed the regional and sectional girls' titles even when half the team was quarantined. They were deep enough to continue rolling, and when they were all healthy again, they went outside the IHSA to win the Shazam State Championships and the Girls Varsity High School Open Division at the XC Town USA Meet of Champions in Indiana.
Congratulations, coaches. Very impressive.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Naomi Jackson, a senior from Freeport High School. Belen Nevenhoven, a senior from Auburn High School. Tabitha Tolke, a senior from Dakota High School.
And the Rock River Valley Female Athlete of the Year is Tabitha Tolke of Dakota High School.
Dakota senior Tabitha Tolke set school records in 3 sports, volleyball, basketball, and softball, and has signed to play NCAA Division I volleyball at Memphis. She also received 2 Division I offers for softball.
Congratulations, Tabitha.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw the Dealers some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
James Cooper Jr., a senior from Harlem High School. Will Gustafson, a senior from Freeport Aquin High School. Braden Sales, a senior from Hononegah High School.
And the Rock River Valley Male Athlete of the Year is James Cooper of Harlem High School.
Harlem senior James Cooper Jr. led the state in both passing yards and touchdowns. Cooper, the NIC 10's all-time leading passer, led the conference by a record margin of 1,192 yards this season. He led the Huskies to a number 3 ranking in the Associated Press Class 7A poll, the first time they ever were ranked in the top 10 at the end of the season.
Congratulations, James.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be, don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love, that love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.